So Michael, in Q3 you looked like you went out on the hard tyres, but you didn't actually set a time. So what was going on?
We were expecting one or two guys not going out anymore, and for that we thought it's worth maybe putting those tyres on. Seeing everybody went out, we stopped our ambition. We did this action because we had a problem with Kurs, and that's why actually we didn't go for another qualifying run and preferred to save the tyres for tomorrow.
I know hindsight's a wonderful thing, but you used soft tyres in Q1, did you?
Yes, we went for soft tyres in Q1 as we didn't know whether Nick Heidfeld would go out again, and even the two Lotus were reasonably quick, that they could have maybe improved their lap time for the last run and caused some trouble, and better safe than sorry.
You've won here 6 times. This isn't a circuit famed for its overtaking, but tomorrow could be very different.
Absolutely, with Kurs that I'm pretty sure will work tomorrow, and DRS, it's going to be certainly some overtaking opportunity from where I'm coming, and going to have some fun.
Well, Lewis, it was looking tighter out there in Q2 than it was by the end in Q3, and you seem to flat spot your tyre. Just tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pushing like crazy, as you can tell, and in my car, I made some changes going into qualifying, and it just was the wrong choice, basically, and immediately in Q1, I was like, guys, geez, this car is really not handling too great, but you obviously can't change it once you get into qualifying, so I just have to make do with what I have. So it was better in P3, so I was pushing as hard as I can to get that P3, which we got in the end, but it was massively close to the guys behind, and I think perhaps if I was able to balance the car a little bit better, maybe there's a small bit behind, but maybe 1/10, maybe 2/10, who knows, but nowhere near as fast as the guys in front.
And just tell us about strategy, because there's so much going on tomorrow, there always is, but there seems to be such a difference between the hard and soft tyre out there. Is it difficult for you guys to work out exactly where you're going to be?
The only reason, you can assume that pace-wise, we are not as quick as the Red Bulls, clearly in qualifying, but also race pace. Usually we're quite close to them in the race, but I think they look like they've maybe made a step forward, or maybe just this track suits their car a little bit better than ours. But nonetheless, we'll push as hard as we can. My strategy tomorrow is to go. I'm on the clean side, which is fantastic, and with such a long drive down to turn 1, it actually gives you're actually in the perfect position in P3 because you can get a good start and slipstream the guys in front. So my aim is to get to P1 in turn 1. It never really goes that way, but as long as I don't go backwards, then I'll be happy. And look at this beautiful day. I'm really, really happy to be here. Guys done a great job, and we'll keep pushing. We don't give up. So
we've not traditionally seen too much overtaking here over the years, but tomorrow's going to be a very different Formula One and Spanish Grand Prix.
Yeah, I think this one and the next Grand Prix you'll see quite a bit different. But particularly here, it's just a downforce circuit, and you can't follow through the last corner, even though they changed the last sector to follow someone close enough to be able to slipstream down the straight. But now with the DRS, I think we should be able to see some good racing, and so positives for the sport.
Well, just at the last minute, the Ferrari popped up and split you and your teammate, but what was it like from your seat?
It was pretty good. I felt pretty good out there. The car got better and better through qualifying with the softer tyres and working with the setup. So yeah, my lap wasn't too bad. I was quite happy with it. I was 300ths behind Lewis, and obviously disappointed not to be third on the grid, but 300ths, it's close. I felt the lap was good. And then Fernando got in between us as well, so it's so close. 300ths from being third and I'm fifth. But I suppose the positive is from it that I'm on the clean side of the grid. It makes quite a big difference here.
There's always so many variables going into a Sunday, but probably tomorrow more so than ever, because strategy, tyres, such a disparity between the hard and soft. Can you predict what's going to happen?
No.
How difficult is it for drivers and teams nowadays?
It's very difficult, and having your tyres in good condition makes such a big difference now. Even in laps, you're not pushing as hard. So yeah, the tyres are a big part of the race, and I think we're in pretty good shape. On my soft tyres, I've got two sets that have had one time lap, and that's it, and another set that's brand new. So we're in a good position. I think Fernando's used all 3 of his sets, which is nice. And then obviously we have the prime tyre. which is going to be a tricky tyre in the race. It's a big difference from the option to the from the soft to the hard. So you'll see some different strategies tomorrow, and it's difficult to know what to do with the strategy.
So for the first time since Brazil, you're going to have a very different view. Still at the front of the grid, but in second position. Tell us about your qualifying.
Yeah, as far as to come back on Brazil, as far as I remember, I got into the lead in turn 1, so I wouldn't mind. But yeah, today obviously, was a tight qualifying session. I wasn't entirely happy with my lap in Q3, so I think I should have been a bit quicker. But yeah, when you push yourself to the limit, it happens that maybe you're over the limit, and then not necessarily that means that you're going quicker. So all in all, I think it was a good result for the team. In the end, yes, I would have loved to go out again and prove to myself, especially, that I can go quicker. But I think it was the right decision, especially because the McLarens, they saved the set as well, and it's unnecessary to make yourself vulnerable for tomorrow in case you really rely on that new set of tyres. So we'll see tomorrow.
Tell us, was your cars working throughout qualifying?
No, in Q1 it was, but then Q2 and Q3 I had to run without Kurs. But
if your cars had been working, do you think you could have got onto pole?
I don't know. If surely you can make out how much is the benefit using Kurs and not using Kurs, but I don't like generally to put up things like this. Mark did a good job, so he deserved pole today. He had a strong and smooth weekend so far, so we'll see tomorrow. Surely, I would have liked to be on top today as well, but yeah, it's human sometimes to do mistakes. I'm not happy, as you can see. So, but there's no points today, and as I said, I was keen to go out, but just for swapping the side, maybe right to left, maybe if I would have improved, then as I said, to lose that extra set. So in that moment I wasn't very happy to stay in the garage, but now I think it was the right call, and we'll see tomorrow.
Mark, congratulations, your first pole position since Spa last year. So how does it feel to be back at the front?
Yeah, it's good. I think had a nice smooth preparation, obviously going into quali and also the qualifying session itself, and to get everything absolutely perfect, it's nice to get that right. So there's every single driver on the grid would like to have had a little bit more here and there from their lap, but in general I was pretty happy. It was interesting, similar to last year, where it was, without being arrogant, obviously it was similar to P3, where we saw, God, Marco, maybe the car is very happy around here and we have a bit of an advantage, so it might be just between the two Red Bull guys for pole. So we weren't sure after Q2 if it was going to be like that. It looked a bit tighter. Then we thought, okay, we'll see how we go. So in the end, great performance from the whole team. Today was day was very rewarding for me to get the pole.
It was nice to see into your garage and look at both sides thinking who's going to blink first, and in the end you were able just to get out.
Yeah, I think it was a bit of a no-brainer given the gap to third place that we wouldn't go again if you got the race in mind, but I think they were thinking of it next door, but they didn't go, so that helped us a bit.
And for tomorrow, race pace, turn 1, there's going to be a lot of overtaking here, more so than we've seen before.
Yeah, I think it'll be a slightly different Spanish Grand Prix that we've seen in the past. As you say, a bit more entertainment on the front straight, maybe even some other parts of the track when other people are in tyre trouble. So yes, the run to the first corner is crucial, but it's not everything. I want to lead into the first corner, don't get me wrong, I want to lead and get that right. It's nice to be able to control the race in the front if you have that choice. I'm going to aim to do that, and then of course we'll see how the tyre degradation goes and see how many times I have to see my boys in the pit lane.
Well, Paul, congratulations, you out-qualified your teammate again, but I take it you were looking for the long-term plan for tomorrow. You kept the hards on.
Yeah, I think that was the safest option for us and the most productive going into tomorrow. Okay, you could have definitely been up the grid a bit more, but given our performance, we've struggled a bit towards the end of races, and we've looked to certainly try and gain a bit of an advantage having a new set of options, and to try and free up a bit of our strategy plan. So tomorrow's another day, but certainly tonight it looks a bit better on paper, and you just have to see how it plans out. But this is what, as a team, we felt this was the best option.
It was a brave option. Does it compromise you at all, having probably the slower Lotus of Heikki Kovalainen in front of you? Did you expect that?
Yeah, I mean, I knew when Heikki got through to Q2, he would go for an option run. They're obviously trying to get as best a result as possible. But I think given we've got a new set of options, the Kers, we should be able to hopefully get them off the line, and then from there on, we're thinking more about the last remaining points. And if we used another set, I don't think that would have been possible.